Hi guys, welcome to our channel Sudhir NEET Biology Academy. Last class we saw about the plasma. So the constituents of blood or components of blood includes the liquid component plasma that constitute 55% of the blood, and the remaining 45% constitutes the corpuscles, which include RBC, WBC and platelet. Today, let us talk about the RBC or erythrocyte. So talking about the RBC, what is the shape? Shape is biconcave. So it is biconcave in nature. Nucleus not nucleated. Nucleus is absent. What is the count? For male, so generally it includes 5 to 5.5 million per mm cube. So in males, the count varies. The count is 5.2 million per mm cube. In female, the count will be 4.5 million per mm cube. So if you see the range in males, it actually ranges from 4.2 to 5.8 million per mm cube. In female, it ranges from 3.6 to 5.2 million per mm cube. So diameter is 7 millimicron. So coming to the main component, hemoglobin. So main component is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. It's a conjugate protein. So you know the protein types of proteins. The hemoglobin is a conjugate protein made up of iron plus globin. Iron plus globin. It's a conjugate protein. So what is the count of hemoglobin? It actually 12 to 16 grams per 100 ml of blood. So 12 to 16 grams normal range per 100 ml of blood. So what is the main function of hemoglobin? It takes the oxygen. It's an oxygen carrier and forms HbO2. Oxyhemoglobin. So it combines with oxygen and forms oxyhemoglobin. So reversible reaction takes place and the HbO2 dissociates to form Hb and O2, hemoglobin and oxygen. So the main function of hemoglobin is to carry oxygen by our blood to all parts of the body. That's very important. So one molecule of hemoglobin will combine with 4 molecules of oxygen. So combining capacity of the oxygen will be more. 1 molecule of hemoglobin will combine with the 4 molecules of oxygen to form the oxyhemoglobin. Is very important. So how many molecules of oxygen will be combined for 1 molecule of hemoglobin? Question may be asked in various ways. You must remember this. Then coming to the lifespan. Lifespan of this RBC in males 120 days, in female it is about 110 days. Then where it is formed, where the RBC is formed in our body and circulated through the blood. It is formed in the bone marrow. So RBC is formed in the bone marrow. It is destroyed in the spleen. It is destroyed in the spleen. So it is produced in bone marrow and destroyed in the spleen. So the spleen is called as the graveyard of RBC. Another important question. So spleen is called as the graveyard of RBC. Yes, you must remember. So it is formed in bone marrow and then it is destroyed in the spleen. So the spleen is called as the graveyard of RBC. If the RBC is increased from the normal count, the disease is called as the polycythemia. Disease is called as the polycythemia. If RBC is reduced from the normal number, it leads to anemia. So this is all about the general points about the RBC you must remember. Then some of other facts about RBC let us take now. So I told you the shape is biconcave. Why? Do you know? The shape of the RBC is biconcave for the reasons, number 1, it can easily pass through the capillaries by this structure, and number 2, it gains more surface area so that it can carry more oxygen, more area of oxygen carrying capacity. And third point, it gives an uniform distribution of hemoglobin, which helps in the gas exchange. So for these 3 reasons, the shape is biconcave. If you don't know, just know these facts. Maybe asked. So from the NCERT point of view also I am taking from, if you take the questions, generally 85% of the questions will be from the NCERT and 15% will be, remaining 15% will be away from the NCERT based on the facts. So you must know the other facts also. So why this biconcave? Number 1, you can easily pass through the capillaries. Number 2, more surface area for oxygen carrying capacity. Number 3, uniform distribution of hemoglobin, which helps in the gas exchange. Then next I told you it is non-nucleated. Very important. RBC is non-nucleated. Why it is non-nucleated? You must know. For the 2 reasons. Number 1, it provides extra space for oxygen. So with absence of nucleus gains 2 purposes. Number 1, it provides extra surface for oxygen in the RBC. Number 2, it helps in passing through the capillaries. It helps in passing through the capillaries. Then, another point, there is no mitochondria. In RBC, mitochondria is absent. Why mitochondria should be absent in RBC? To prevent the use of oxygen they carry. To prevent the use of the oxygen they carry, mitochondria is used for oxidation. So if mitochondria is present, oxygen will be used. So why no mitochondria in the RBC? To prevent the use of oxygen they carry. Then, even though it is not nucleated, it is called as a cell. How can you call the RBC as a cell without a nucleus? This also you must know for 3 reasons. Number 1,